Status action coming at you. We got Complexity up 1-0 here in the Deadeye Bounty League Season 2. I'm joined by a different guy once again, so this time get a cast from the beginning here as far as the draft goes and everything. But yeah, Complexity, feeling good about that Game 1 victory, I'm sure. Again, overall, they definitely looked good, like I said, even a little bit different than they did yesterday. Obviously, yeah, different circumstances too, but it was a little bit disappointing for them. But still early on here in these group stages. There's still plenty to do all throughout. So looking to continue strong. BMG, on the other hand, this is their first series, so they would like a victory themselves, I'm sure. We'll see how that works out here. And here we go. So, what was the bands? Hellbringer, Parasite, Warbeast, and Midas are the bands here. So you see Fusion respecting the Hellbringer this time around.
And Midas is pretty good band against BMG, I would say. It's nice to draft to win lanes against BMG, because they benefit a lot from winning the lanes and then transitioning into the mid game. So, and Midas is great at that, great at securing at least one lane. Maki is a great Midas. You see him time and time again getting a solo kill in the suicide lane. So yeah.
Yeah, Fuzzy.
Understandable bans.
I was going to say Midas in general is just a good hero in a lot of cases, honestly. But yeah, I mean, Complexity, another one of those examples too, you know. Fuzzy Sloth obviously is known for playing it. Oscar even in that offlane. So yeah, it's just, if you're not going to have that first pick, then yeah, better off.
Even Formless, honestly, has played it a couple of times.
That's
he
right.
He played it against us, I believe, in some cycles ago. In the playoffs.
Don't know if I remember that one there, but yeah, that is interesting. It's possible to be all over the place. Yeah, Midas, he is back, and
that's when they're running Valkyrie though, because then Fuzzy Sloth will step up and take the Valkyrie.
Ah, okay, yeah. Some more sense now. How about the second pick? What is going on here? Empath into Cersei? What?
I mean, I can understand Empath, but Cersei second pick is really curious there. Denying Sandwraith from being picked, maybe, but I don't know. I don't feel like Cersei is strong enough to justify denying a pick from the other team.
Yeah, that is something.
It's not like Sandwraith is the best hero in the game or something like that, and you just really want to deny them from getting him. It's a really good hero, but it counters B, yeah, sure, but yeah. It's just Cersei pretty weak on its own.
And it's also just kind of weird to me, being that, like, okay, sure, they pick Empath second, then you're like, okay, yeah, the likelihood of them picking Sandwraith, maybe even a little more, because, yeah, the synergy is good there. But then why...
And with Behe as well, yeah.
Why second pick it? Yeah, why not just wait to see if they actually go it, and then just third pick the Cersei? But it is
true.
A little odd there, going the second
They get
pick.
Mage Pain from themselves this game, though. See what Complexity responds with.
Unless they want Sandwraith themselves.
Yeah, but then again, why would you get Cersei?
To prevent BMG from picking it up.
But then you could pick Sandwraith now and then just ban out Cersei in the banning stage.
Well, my point is that BMG could have third picked a Sandwraith, but because the Cersei was picked up second, they're like, oh, well, let's not get Sandwraith now. So that's what I was thinking. Yeah, this is almost like a kind of taking that option away from them. But yeah,
that's being a little bit extreme, I think.
Maybe a little too much. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying there. Yeah, just trying to make logic here, I guess.
It is standard Complexity though. A greedy support, aiming for the late game.
Yep, true. Tempest now on top of that. Brings that as well, so got that team fight taken care of. That's for sure. Those two heroes alone. It's setting up to be like a Malaking game, it feels like.
Okay, Maligan, yeah, some tanky carry. I could see Salomon fitting in there if it wasn't mutually banned.
Yeah, well, definitely, yeah. Salomon works in any lineup.
Yeah, I was about to say, it fits everywhere.
No matter what. I like that first ban again, Complexity. Very adamant about not liking deadlift. They ban that out. Not going to give that option, but see carry side for BMG, of course. Sandwraith, Dark Lady, and I wonder if they're going to ban that Malakin or not, or something like the Oogie, as you mentioned. They're going to go a different route here. But deadlift and Kinesis now. That's interesting. Again, no Boxy has got a bit of good history with that hero, so Taking out a comfort factor there.
I'm not
Go ahead.
sure why BMG bans Saint Wraith. Just feels like Mage Bean is so good against Saint Wraith. You just blink away if he ultis in on you. And yeah. It's weird to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say Saint Wraith is not only like so that is a fair point, but it's like Saint Wraith is also just really annoying to play against. I think it's
yeah, it is.
Just banning it for that reason.
Planning to pick up at least another PK hero, I would assume, since they banned him.
Yeah.
It's really annoying if you have like 2-3 PK heroes and Saint Wraith is picked, because then it just gets so much harder to win the game, because your PKs is going to be disabled all the time. And
All right, well, see now this fourth pick here from BMG. A lot of extra time used out the bans there, especially. Okay, they go Kraken, so there you go with definitely another point.
Another one of Boxy's heroes.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him playing Kraken too much lately, so.
I want to say that seems more of like a Mache to me, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's see what they final pick here. So now back over to complexity again.
It's another thing with BMG, it's always hard to predict who plays what.
Yeah.
Or often between Boxy and Maki and now Masera.
Exactly. They got 3.
If they're not going to get a jungler, then it's kind of like, who's going to play what? Are they going to swap it up? Or someone else going to take the jungle sometimes? Or how are they doing it?
That's what I was going to bring up. Yeah, they're very likely not going to go jungler. Well, I mean, we'll see what the final pick is, but yeah, if they don't, then yeah, exactly. Who plays what? Because you got 3 mid players essentially.
There's Legionnaire, Ophelia, Doctor, a couple of options.
There's also Geomancer, of course.
And Moon Queen.
Wow,
yeah, of course.
Snap pick Moon Queen.
I would have guessed those 2 heroes if you gave me another 5
seconds.
Yeah,
totally had that.
Geomancer, that's really interesting.
See, Boxy has played this a little bit. He's like the one player that's played it a couple of times here and there.
I do think it's a legit hero.
Yeah.
Just it has the PK stun. If you dig into the PK, it's an immediate stun. So it has potential for sure if you can play it well.
Anytime this hero, which is obviously very rare, anytime there's a discussion or if he happens to be picked up, I always like to go back to, he's essentially just a little bit different of a Magmus. And Magmus is a very popular hero, arguably the most popular on the competitive scene. So in my mind, I never really understood why we don't see this hero a little bit more, but it's, it's seen here. And so we'll see again some potential of it. Because, yeah, as you just stated, he actually is a pretty legit hero in a lot of ways. So,
there's a few players who play it in TMM, and if you play it well, it's really hard to kill, and you can get value from it.
So who is playing with? So Masera's on the Magmus. You got Kraken Make, and then Boxy, sure enough, on Geomancer. Okay. It's a secondary support. No, what are they doing?
Secondary support. No, what?
No, he has a hatchet. Yeah. It's a Boxy is sec, but he's suicide.
What?
Are they just doing a jungle pull, Masera?
Yeah, that has to be it.
Okay.
Yeah, jungle Magmus getting the first wave.
BMG
and
here.
Then, that's what they're doing. And then he's going to transition into Aroma. Get the boots, help the lanes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So this is definitely, again, a kind of old school-esque BMG.
I think Oscar can fuck him up if he reads into this and uses his fissure properly. He might be able to fuck him up, we'll see.
As far as stopping him from pulling the creep wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he does some crazy block, he can probably stop him from. That would be huge.
Mm-hmm.
He would probably try to take the next creep wave, but he can do it again. Then Oscar, if he's quick, he's probably not gonna have mana though. Maybe he is.
Well, he's gonna do another here, and then he has the mana potion. Okay, where's off right there? Yeah, he won't. Yeah, he should have mana. Maybe.
No.
Couple more seconds. Yeah, he will have the mana. It's just a matter of
he's gonna run after him. I think he's gonna try to block it off and fuck him up here.
Look at this. And he has a fissure. No, he's
not
gonna
do it.
He saw these guys coming. Actually, yeah, this is why he needs to be careful here. Uh-oh. Okay, he is fine, but That got a little scary there for Oscar. Well, he only got boots first. Obviously, he has the speed, but not a whole lot tanky there. So
we didn't even mention the rally again. It's
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That's
people like it. They like the new rally.
That's a good point. Not only that, but the Moon Queen. It's like we're so caught up with the Geomancer and the Sling.
Especially the rally. We've seen it like 3 games, I would say, last 2 days.
Yeah, no,
and it was never picked before. It was fallen off completely.
Okay, so this happens every once in a while where a hero gets a... Now, it depends on who you talk to, I guess. I mean, this isn't a very minor change necessarily. Like, it's a pretty decent change, or in this case, a revert of his passive with the buff there. But it wasn't like, oh my god, this hero's really good now buff. It just made people remember, I think, about the hero. It's like, oh yeah, so Rally, he actually is pretty good. Compel's good. Seismic slams a lot of burst. He has solo kill potential, He's a decent hero. So I think it's just one of those cases where let's just touch him up a little bit and make people remember that this hero's good. And we're kind of seeing that here.
Oh yeah, you saw people when they played Rally maxing the W instead of E when it got nerfed.
Yeah.
But I think it's a huge buff, honestly. Like, as soon as you get level 3, I expect him to have 2 points in it. He has 1 point in it right now, though. I mean, getting 2 points in it, you have 12 points of damage. You're going to get every single creep kill at least. And a lot of denies. It's definitely strong. Because if he had another point in it, he would be 20 damage ahead of the Kraken, and that's impossible to deny for Kraken at that point.
Yeah, it really is, absolutely, in the laning phase especially. It is a very powerful buff to this hero, no doubt. So yeah, Fuzzy Planet here. Again, the Moon Queen on top of this. Now, obviously, yeah, Sync has played Moon Queen a little bit in the later part of the season there. As Geomancer, he's in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to be fine.
Yes, he doesn't have his... What?
Oh,
he
wow.
That's crazy.
You're right, yeah.
I think he's gonna get it now, though.
He has to.
It would be typical Boxy not to get it, though.
Okay.
He has it now. So.
I wonder if they knew
that. It is
that.
interesting with BMG, though. I think Boxy swapped officially to Suicide again. And Maki took over mid.
Yeah, kind of, because we have seen Boxy in the middle. Like we just saw him last game in the middle. So I really think it's just like a
but isn't
hero.
that mostly dual lane?
No, it was Gauntlet solo mid.
Yeah, that's a player preference. Yeah, true.
I think it really is just whatever hero they happen to go with. Look at this, he's going for a kill, but this is not going to work. And yeah, he is dead. Very greedy play. I mean, again, it is. Oh my God, the Earth's Grasp though. It is going to be a kill. So he gets it in the end.
I think it's worth it because of the change. He got a whole level from that kill on the Moon Queen, and he got the extra gold because Moon Queen got the kill first. So even though it's bloodlust, I actually think it's worth it for Boxy. Might sound crazy, but he got a full level from that. So now Cersei can't challenge him at all, and he can keep on challenging the Moon Queen because he doesn't have his steamboat yet. Definitely worth it.
I was kind of wondering why he went so aggressive, but you really kind of get reminded that the Earth's Grasp, especially with maxing it out here, it actually does a lot of damage, especially early on in the game.
It is the hero's best damage, definitely.
Yeah, you see right here.
He's gonna keep doing the same thing as I don't remember which TMM player does it, but he always just walks up to you, clicks E, back. Walks up to you, clicks E, over and over and over again. And you have to ferry out so much regen because of the pressure.
Well, the 1E right there, the Earth's Grasp, it brought Moon Queen down to just about half-life. He's going to go back in. He's going to play with the Sun Magnus here as well. This is definitely a kill on a Moon Queen. Can they get the turn kill? No, they cannot. Cersei not enough mana, and they are fine. So Magnus, great roam from Acera up here. He's kind of been doing his thing at the jungle, as we mentioned earlier. Figures to gank top, and that works out very well. So yeah, that's a nice duo to have right there, a Magnus and a Geomancer. A lot of range stun. Now they're in trouble. They're going to go on to Cersei. They don't see the support coming in, though. This is bait all the way. And now they're both in a lot of trouble.
We'll get this snow.
Oh my gosh. At least get Cersei. They do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
good at least. But
unfortunate. He shouldn't have made the illusion. He would have been fine just running away.
That's a good point because of the volcanic touch, yeah. Well, they at least get that kill, but yeah, it's like, well, they lost 2 heroes though in the end for it, so not really that good.
Actually kind of reminds me of Brindix in a way because of the burst coming up, especially early on. Just catches people off guard with the burst. You saw Formless did not think he was going to die the first time around.
Yeah, it definitely caught him off guard there for sure. So
it's another one of those heroes like Grenix. When you don't see them that often, it can catch people off guard, which adds a bit of extra value, I would say, to the hero. Because
good point.
You can get so far ahead by people just not knowing the hero, and then all of a sudden you're 300 GPM, and then the hero is gonna have a factor, even though it's maybe a lower tier hero or what? Say
lower tier, yeah. That really is a great point. I'm glad you brought that up because that absolutely is value there. The fact that you just never played against this hero in the tournament scene, especially, and there's no doubt. I mean, as great as these players are, you're not going to know every single in and out about the game, and a lot of it is muscle memory too. You know, and a lot of matchups.
I'm sure Formless hasn't played a lot against the Geomancer, for example, but if it was a Midas, he would be used to the huge amount of damage coming out.
Look at this. How many? It's all 5 up here? Jeez. 4 up here. The 5th one's in the middle lane. Rally is going to get picked off. Geomancer just ports middle. They were trying to gank him top. He gets away, helps gank middle, and then they even push bottom tower in the process. So very good play overall there from BMG. Complexity going to try to push
really
top
what they
now.
like to do with the Behe on Oscar. If he can't contest the lane, he just runs all the way top, helps them secure that lane. It's a really good way to use your Behe, and then just roam around the map. He'll get his PK anyway if he's in a few kills.
Yeah. There you go with the tower kill right there. So, again, a little bit of good there for Complexity, definitely. But BMG liking these rotations here. You see Geomancer is heading back towards top now. Going to continue some farm up here. Going to try to get that portal key himself, of course. As is Crystal Field as well, so the ultimate good to go. See if he finds an opportunity.
Kind of
for
the
that.
same story as the first game, though, except that the Complexity have a carry that can catch up with Magebane in this game. But Magebane is super far ahead again. It's 500 GPM.
Yeah.
Had a great start, and it is the Magebane factory again. He's gonna get that extreme farm if he doesn't get addressed early on.
Yeah, it's Complexity.
Exact same item choice as well as last game.
Yeah, not too surprising there. Complexity had that the first game, and now it's BMG's turn. Have the Magebane, so do work with it. You see Behemoth up here at the top, or down here more so at the bottom lane, dealing with him a little bit, but harassing him.
See, this is what you mean. What I mean if you pull up the creep kills.
Yeah.
See BMG, like they have 4 players who's killing creeps.
Okay.
Boxing not so much this game, but normally you would have like at max 3 players, but BMG always have 4 people farming, or at least 3, normally 4.
Yeah, you're right. I definitely see a lot of over across
With
the board.
Complexity especially, it's often like Fuzzy at 300 maybe, Formless 600 key refills, and then the rest has few.
Yeah.
But BMG, it's always like 200, 200, 200, 200, something like that. And a little bit more on the carry, of course. But
yeah.
It's natural.
Yeah, no, definitely see that here, at least right now. You see Empath bottom lane is going to... Oh, he's not level 6 yet. It seemed like they're trying to set up over here. Kraken is nearby, so they definitely want to make a play on Behemoth, but...
They do have TPs on all of Complexity, so... Might be a little dangerous to dive him.
Yeah.
Tier 2.
Not going to be worth it. They will fall back. Not going to go for that there as a pause comes out here. Hopefully just a quick strat pause, if anything. We're running a little bit behind here, obviously, with the delays. Speaking of that, as usual, the following series, DEBL Corporation versus Druids, ideally they are going to wait till we're finished here, unless it like drastically drags out a lot longer, of course. But so we'll be jumping into that series shortly after this one, and then Fresh versus Reason Gaming is going to be our final match of the day. So still plenty of Han coming at you. 4 more games.
That's really good players going to be playing there. You want to tune in now?
Everyone but their Suicide player, as I heard.
I'm the mid player, what the fuck?
Well, Grinix.
Why does yeah. I guess that's why people call me the offlaner, because of the beginning.
Because you're good. That's the only reason we know you, man. Just because you're Grinix play. Nothing else. You're just
Same
Grinix.
Same in TM.
Yeah. No, of course you play other heroes.
It's crazy how much bucks he got out of the Geomancer this game. He's sitting on 360 GPM, Moon Queen only 300 GPM. So
yeah,
he won his lane big time.
He really did.
With the help
jeez.
of Magnus.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be big potentially? Never mind, he's in trouble. it looked so pretty for the setup. I thought he actually had a teammate nearby, so I thought it was going to be huge, but it was just him, and that's the problem with Crystal Field.
The caster's curse right there.
Yep, we were just praising him, weren't we?
Nope.
Oops. Sorry, Boxy.
Oops.
Yeah.
But it's classic Boxy going for the big play. Sometimes he'll get the double kill there, and sometimes Tempest is just nearby and he ends up getting killed. So
see,
I think even if Tempest wasn't near, they would have been fine because they walked out of the ulti.
Exactly. That's exactly it, and that goes to the Crystal Field. It's not that great for that reason. It's easy to avoid, it seems like. So
it is the same stun duration on all levels of Dick. So I think he underestimated how long time the ulti takes before it explodes.
Yeah. Ideally, he'll have some kind of setup or release the Kraken and Magma stun first, something like that. But obviously, he set it up perfectly. But yeah, went for the play, as you mentioned. Boxy style there and just came up a little short. So back to farming. He goes at the top lane. Middle lane, Rally. They're going to collapse onto him here. Do they have the damage?
They do.
Looks like maybe, not really. Or they don't. Yeah.
I don't know why. I thought that was the longest. Did he ulti right away?
He ultied right away, but yeah, he didn't have anything to charge him into. I think was the biggest issue there. It was like there wasn't really trees right next to them, so he was able to compel.
It would be cool if you could charge people into other heroes, kind of like you can do with Grinix when you can push them into other heroes. Maybe it would be a bit too powerful.
Wait, that works on Grinix? I didn't know that. So you can shadow step into other heroes even? Wow.
Yeah, towers, heroes, trees.
Why is that different? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious why. It's kind of another mechanic, I guess.
Huh. That's going on the notes.
Yeah.
Kraken charge, not same mechanic as Grinix. Shadow step. There we go. I'll figure it out.
It isn't, for sure. Because Kraken charge doesn't do it, and Grinix does.
I was not aware that you could do that on Grinix, so I'm glad I brought that up. And you would know. You would know. All right, Mage Bane, Broadsword. Second one is purchased, so here comes that Rune Cleaver. About 12.5 minutes. Pretty good timing here for...
This is the scary point for Complexity, where he's going to start to take off. And Moon Queen isn't really at that point yet. He needs at least Firebrand before he can start doing the Ancients efficiently. So he's going to get some items ahead here. At least one item ahead, maybe. That's really scary.
Yeah. It's never a good sign.
They do have the Tempest farming well, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got the Astral. He went the Astral early, and what is he at? 360 GPM. Yeah, so he is farming very well here. Absolutely. He looks like he's going to
just got his PK.
Oscar did? That's nothing new.
Standard Oscar 30-minute, 13-minute PK. Every time.
Yeah, it's like the dude's like. Could you imagine if Merrick's bounty was in competitive play? Like,
it would. I don't think it would for Oscar especially, because he gets it so early, so it would only give him maybe 1-2 minute advantage.
That's a lot for Portal Key.
Yeah, okay.
To be fair. But yeah, I see what you're saying though. Yeah, it's definitely good that Merrick's bounty is not in tournament rules. And again, that the intention is for it to never be.
Crazy how many people are annoyed by that item, because the idea is that worse players can be higher rated because they got that item, if you know what I mean. They don't have to play well to get the PK.
Yeah, it's supposed to help the lower tiers, for sure. That's kind of the purpose of it. So. Middle lane, Kraken. He is going to not only survive. Okay, well, he didn't initially. Got to release Kraken off. That's big right there because now Magnus and Empath are here. The Elemental Void locking down Magnus. Cersei taking over Magnus. He stuns, but he missed. He's going to channel the Eruption because why the hell not? But in the end, coming up short right there. So that looked pretty funky.
Was a big misplay by Cersei. He could just have used the PK.
Oh, true.
And then stun. And then ultied. I think he forgot about the PK because he took over the hero. But that was 2 kills, I think. If he PK stuns ultis, Magnus has no mana. How is he gonna escape? I think it's 2 kills.
Yeah.
Empath can't escape either. So that's a huge missed opportunity for complexity.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the more difficult things of playing a Cersei is you really gotta, because it's like you're so used to items being in certain slots and inventory slots, and it's like different players are obviously gonna have them in other places, so
Yeah,
really
that's
gotta
a
be
downside.
sure of where they're at.
That's again the thing with Cersei. You have a support player. Like sometimes support players can play the carry role, but sometimes it's awkward as well. You're a support player, all of a sudden you're a hard carry, and you have to
Like, wait, how
play
do I
that
do
role.
this? Now, middle lane Geomancer. Again, the Crystal Field, though. No follow-up, doesn't hit, but Behemoth is still going to fall right there as Kraken was there to charge. So they do get the kill in the end, but you see another case of the Crystal Field just not doing a whole lot there, unfortunately, for Geomancer, but still secure a kill out of it. Magnus wants more. Oh, he's just going to stun in the creep wave. They got their portal keys now, though, here on the Legion side. The 3 heroes that were to get it now have it. You do got, in fact, 3 on the Hellborn side: Rally, Tempest, and Behemoth, of course, all have theirs. So there's a lot of jumping going on in this game.
Yeah. This is the thing, though, with the power level of heroes like Magebane. The power level is so high when they get to free farm that he's just 200 GPM ahead of Moon Queen now, and he's on another level than the rest of the heroes in the game. So he can get his next item and be an item ahead of Moon Queen, and then things get really tough with complexity.
Yeah.
He hasn't played the game yet. You can see he's 0-0-0. And BMG is still coming out ahead of the early game. So that's... Yeah, they're further ahead than the stats suggest, I would say. Because he hasn't played the game yet, or he's been farming only.
That's an interesting way to put it. Yeah, he's kind of just... He's been killing the AI, killing the bots here.
That's normally what we call it in min, at least when you're 0-0 and you haven't really played the game yet.
Yeah.
You've just been PvEing for the most part.
It reminds me, that's actually all that thought, because we got Behemoth getting jumped on right here. He tried to fissure, he couldn't get it off in time. And again, these portal keys, man, so many portal keys stunned. It's so difficult. Rally's also going to get caught here by the release of Kraken. The Crystal Field this time does hit. It allows for an easy charge. Rally will fall. Cersei, she's taken over Magebane. I honestly don't know if that's the best target at this point, but Kraken will die as he was a little too far in.
They have great disengage on BMG as well.
Yeah. They easily escape right there. Magnus, he's fine.
Look at that disengage, though. The Kraken charge, dig, lava surge, and steam bath, blink.
All the portal keys, yeah. Magebane.
They are great at getting out of the fights once it goes south.
Yeah, definitely is. Saw an example of that right there. So, yeah, that's
they get the picks and then they get out. Really well executed.
Going back to Cersei real quickly, speaking of that, we saw her take over Magebane in the last fight. And again, sometimes you just got to take what you get, but like what I was getting at there is level 1 especially, you're only dealing 70% of the damage, and, the carries aren't going to usually build like that farmed yet, so ideally you're better off taking over the Initiator, like a Magnus, a Geomancer in this case, or even the
Definitely,
Kraken.
you want to get the PK stun heroes as Cersei early on.
Yeah.
And late game, you want to get the carry, of course. If you can, ideally. But it's not always that easy.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, I mean, that case very likely could have been just like, you know what, might as well use my ultimate and have a chance to use it on him here. But,
I mean, sometimes the mindset is, oh, guys, I got the carry. We can easily win this fight. But when you are level 7 Cersei, you're only going to be dealing 70% of the damage. And Magebane only has 1 item so far. So it's not that crazy, really.
It really isn't, yeah. Definitely don't get...
You'd rather get the 2-second stun from Mag or something like that.
Yeah. Don't get too cocky with that, yeah. He is going to have the Geometer's Bane here on Magebane pretty shortly. So, knowing that, of course, first item here, really. Empath is actually getting close to an Abyssal Skull, looks like. That's going to be great this game for her team, and going up against, the likes of Moon Queen and Rally even, so it's going to be a great item for them to have.
We're going to see Magebane a lot until teams figure out a way to deal with the hero. Because when you don't deal with him, this is what happens. He's just unstoppable almost. 650 GPM now.
To be fair, we haven't really addressed Moon Queen too much here. I mean, obviously early on, he died a couple times. He's 3-2-1 though, overall not bad.
He is doing good with 425.
Yeah.
And if Magebane was 425 as well, then sure, they addressed the Magebane, Moon Queen is doing well, he can keep up, but at this point, 200 GPM ahead. It's gonna be hard.
Oh, meanwhile, Behemoth, he gets picked off. So, yeah, the portal keys, again, definitely, although they each have 3 portal keys on each side, BMG's lineup and everything, it just really is that much more aggressive, and they are taking advantage of it. So, yet another pick-off for them.
They have the lineup that can pick off easily without using ultis. Whereas BMG has, or Complexity have to use a Behe or a Seismic Slam or a Tempest, or when they use their PKs to secure the kill.
Very good point. Yeah, nice counter right here for the Hellborn team. The Compel on hit the Elemental Void, but the Mana Rift will stop it. The Crystal Field was just out of range. Luis Kakin, though, it's pulling back in Rally. However, Magnus was picked off by that Moon Finale. ADC Cersei, actually, she did take over Mage Bane again in the background. So the Hellborn team is going to try to go in here, but...
Imagine if that was a Mag, though.
Yeah.
She blinks, she sees the Empath stuns her. That's a kill, at least. But... I don't know, I'm totally agreeing with you so far. He should not take the Mage Bane this early on. He hasn't accomplished anything with his ultis.
Yeah. Rally does get a pick on a Kraken now over the meantime. So, yeah, I got to say that turnaround, not only was it BMG going pretty dive heavy there, going to 2 or 3 tower this early on, picking the team fight, not usually the most successful, but on top of that, the great counterplay by Complexity, specifically Rally. He landed a big Compel right there to start that off as far as the turn goes, and the Elemental Void, of course, and everything to follow. So, obviously, a good play overall from Complexity. A nice hold there, if anything. Keeping BMG from winning another big fight there. As middle lane, Moon Queen. The counter, actually, once again. Behemoth is there with the Shockwave, but Magnus, the Moonbeam. Yes, it is going to be enough. Well, that was the Moon Finale, actually. No, it was just a Moonbeam. Okay, just a Moonbeam there. But anyways, gets the kill on a Macera.
Gets the job done.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good. It's positive for Complexity. They get the picks, but scary. Still scary with the Mage Bane factor. Because I'm not sure if Complexity might have late game, but Mage is just going to be full capped so quick at this rate.
Yeah. Mage Bane.
But sure, if they can hold them off from going high ground, then Complexity does have a solid chance in this game. They do have the heroes forward.
Yeah.
The Tempest, the Behe, the Cersei even.
Oh, and Moon Queen to top it all off. I mean, she is a great late game carry. So
they have to prioritize some levels on Cersei though, so that when they give Mage Bane this crazy amount of space, if they give the Cersei the levels, he'll eventually be a great counter to the Mage Bane because he can take him over.
Yeah.
And be that much more powerful because Mage Bane is 700 GPM now.
Exactly, yeah. So that definitely is where the Cersei pick could very, very possibly come in. Even a second pick, as odd as that was, seeing it there, it definitely still could be a big factor in this game.
It is snowballing a bit for coL right now, though. Maki here going on.
Is that Fuzzy Sloth? It is. He is going to get picked. Meanwhile, over here, Mage Bane, those are just the illusions he's sending in. But they got Rally killed, and he does not have a buyback here, so what will they try to get something out of this? Can't really get much, I guess. Maybe Conquer, but even that would be risky, being the Legion especially. So
kind of the same idea this game for the Mage Bane. If he gets tanky enough, he doesn't need that damage item like Rift Shards or Wingbow necessarily. He just needs Frostwolf, maybe even Hard or something like that to get tanky. Survive the initiation, and then he's gonna wreck the team anyway. Especially when he's this far ahead of Moon Queen, he doesn't necessarily need a damage item right now. Already have the Frostwolf.
Yep, that's pretty crazy. That and a Geometer's Bane 20. Had to look at the timer there. 24 minutes, not even, in this game.
It's just at this point, he doesn't have to be scared. He has so many levels in Attribute, because he's level 19. That gives him a lot of strength, and he has the Frostwolf. He knows that they have to invest 5 heroes to kill him. So he sees one hero in another lane, he can just go crazy farm on the lane. Just push it out all the way. They want to fight here.
That's an illusion. That's another thing about Cersei. That's good. Shockwave, not really the prettiest from Oscar. He's a little too far away, I think. And now he is going to go down in response. Christofield, it's a couple, by the way. The follow-up, though, from the Legion after it is not the greatest. And the Shrunken Head's going off there. Magnus, he's going to end up falling. Geomancer in trouble. He's going to go down. Meanwhile, the Kraken does get away, as does Mage Bane and Empath. So the rest are going to be able to get on out of there. But That was an odd fight, really. It seemed like
I thought,
BMG.
yeah,
Pretty
it
big.
seemed like Magebane could just have manned up there and won the fight, but choosing to play it safe.
That started though with the Cersei illusion on the Moon Queen at least. Well, so this is the other thing. We kind of overlooked this so far, but Moon Queen Cersei is actually a very strong combination. And when Cersei especially was first broken into tournament rules, I know that this was a combo that was talked about, but we never really saw. So now that I'm seeing all these illusions of Moon Queen, it's like, that's right. Look at that. Kraken just melts right there. As soon as he jumps in, Empath also now in trouble, is going to survive barely, but damage
they are
done.
losing high ground bottom right now.
That's true. Magebane split push in there at least. So getting a little bit of something.
And making it work on complexity, props to them. I'm not sure how, but they're making it work right now despite being so far behind in terms of the carries. Magebane is so scary. 750 GPM. His power level is super high right now.
Yeah.
But they're making it work. They're winning the fights. They're getting the objectives. They're coming back into the game.
Yeah, that really, seeing that especially though, the idea of the Cersei with the Moon Queen, I really am liking Complexity's chances a lot more. Again, I definitely forgot about that, or I wasn't thinking about that more so as far as the synergy there, but the fact that when Moon Queen does get really good, she's probably gonna get a Wingbow next, and when she gets that, those illusions actually do some pretty good damage with the glaives bouncing around, especially. So you're gonna have armies of Moon Queens,
yeah,
doing some good damage.
It's really strong.
Pushing.
I mean, as I said, late game, definitely Complexity winning this game. But because of the Magebane, I still think BMG is ahead currently. Because she's so far up there.
He is, yeah. He is definitely really
Normally you would be used to seeing Solomon have this farm. When Magebane has it, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely a little more standout for sure when he's up there compared to the Salomon. But yeah, I mean, again, though, that last fight, though, a lot of it did have to do, like I said, the illusions, going back to that, the baiting with one of the illusions. That's another thing that's just difficult about this, dealing with the Cersei on the other team.
He did catch the right one, I believe.
No.
But it just wasn't enough. Didn't he?
I don't think he did, and I tried to see here that didn't. I just messed that up. I was gonna see about
catched one of the
replay,
Moon Queen illusions though. It looked like it was the real one with the damage taken, but I might be wrong.
From what I could tell, I didn't think it was, but yeah, maybe. Oh. Let's see. Oh, let's see. I do have the replay, so let's double check this. Okay, there's the jump. No, that was an illusion, 100%.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
right.
he spawned the illusion, and then Kraken went to jump him, and it died instantly because it was an illusion. Yeah. Yep, and then it all continues from there, as we see.
Yeah, right.
So, got to be careful with that if you're the Legion side. I know it's tough, but
I don't think you want to look to initiate if you're BMG. You want to counter initiate. Maybe initiate with the Geomancer Dick or something, but other than that, just counter initiate because you have the Magebane factor. So
yeah,
it's let Complexity do the initiation. Yeah, I don't think you have a problem with that this game, as long as you don't stack up for a BE ulti.
Okay, looks like Oscar AFK real quick. Well, yeah, so gonna need to look to play the counter game themselves, as you're pointing out.
So annoying as a player, like Balthazar pointing it out here, what's up? Kind of, with so many pauses, you just get annoyed in the end, because it takes you out of the rhythm all the time.
Yeah.
Especially in competitive, you're so focused on the game all the time, and then pause again. Gets annoying in the long run.
My only major issue on that is that I wish teams would give, at least in a reason, So, what just happened right there, where here we are sitting for a couple minutes, and then finally somebody's like, wait, what's up? Why are we paused? And then, you get an answer, so.
Good point.
Just at the very least, just making it clear, okay, somebody, even if it's just AFK real quick, I mean, that sucks, but at least knowing that is okay. Better than nothing, but hopefully he's back shortly and can resume on here. Their second game, which is definitely proven to be quite the back and forth battle here, so definitely some good Han as expected coming at you. BMG trying to finish in a tie here, where Complexity will try, or obviously is trying to go 2-0. They could definitely use a 2-0, especially again going 0-2 to Druids yesterday. So
Interesting here is the
happening.
Abyssal Skull on. I mean, it's great. This game, there are 4 melees, and he's gonna be sitting inside one of them. So it's insane value from the Abyssal this game. Great pickup.
Yeah, I mentioned
Really
that
great
earlier.
pickup, actually, when you think about it. It benefits the whole team because he's gonna be inside, so no one is gonna be not getting the lifesteal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you have a lot of melees, then Abyssal Skull is just 10 times better than Saul's, to put it that way.
Oh, yeah, if you had to get one or the other, it definitely... See that
it's so much better, so much more value in Abyssal.
Frankly, probably should have both in the end, but yes, as far as first and
yeah, but
priority.
This game, they're not going to get both.
Kraken can get it.
He's getting sheep, though.
Oh, yeah, he's getting sheep first, yeah. That's probably better, so... But maybe after. They still
I mean, this
going.
game specifically, I don't see Empath getting demonic. Maybe Kraken after. That would be super late, though, at this point.
Yeah.
He's only farming 270.
I don't know, especially with the illusions, like keep going back with that, and Moon Queen's going to become so much of a source of the damage, and like physical mitigation is going to be important, I think, for BMG. So I do think getting a Soul's Bulwark probably would be in their best interest, if possible.
But maybe Empath gets the source then, and then just doesn't upgrade it, then that's enough.
Oh,
if he has it on positive, maybe. That could be a thing if they don't feel like Kraken is going to have the gold for it this game.
Okay, it looks like they're good now. So here we go. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So, we're zooming on again with game number 2 here.
I'm just looking at the carries right now. It's going to be the battle of Mage Bane and Moon Queen. Mostly. And then there is the ultis, of course. But it's mostly going to be those two battling it out.
I really think if Cersei is able to, and again, she clearly that's like
her
mentality
Cersei will be a huge factor as well.
Yeah,
definitely.
So that's going to give like the Hellborn team the advantage, I think. And again, there's so many scenarios that could take place, but if we're talking about like big team fights, man,
he is still ahead though, the Mage Bane.
He is, yeah. He is still quite a bit ahead, and he just got the Dancing Blade there, so he is going to be getting the Wing Bow here coming up. So
Moon Queen is catching up though, and this is what people sometimes forget. Even though Mage Bane maybe gets to 900 GPM or whatever this game, and when he gets full slotted, it doesn't matter that Moon Queen is 200 GPM ahead when she gets full slotted as well. Like, sure, you're 200 GPM ahead, but it's really the same thing if you have the same item. So they can't farm forever on BMG. At some point, they have to push here before Moon Queen catches all the way up.
Yeah. Double checking here. So Tempest does have a shrunken head, but they do have a couple of ways to still stop that: the Mana Rift and the release of Kraken. So a couple of decent abilities there. But we'll have to use those if Tempest finds a big ultimate there. Bottom push. Nope, just Cersei now. They did push the top lane. Did BMG right there, so all the outer towers are now destroyed in their favor. So Conqueror still has not... I mean, it feels like we're so much longer than it's going to be, to be honest, but we're only 28 minutes in, so it's not like it's been a very long game by any means. But Conqueror is here and has yet to be attempted. It feels like that's going to be coming up soon, though, the way we're moving now. Got the wards coming out around the pit, even.
It's going to be... Complexity definitely looking for the Kong. As soon as BMG gives them an opportunity, they will take it. They can take it so quick with Cersei Moon Queen.
They almost got Geomancer there, but...
DD as well.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no. He fucked up. He popped DD and then Geo.
That is so awkward. Yeah. That's so frustrating, man. As, like...
I just saw it and I was like, pop your Geo. But he pops the DD and then Geo, and then he probably realized he would have gotten the Congo kill for sure, man, with DD. And Cersei helping.
Magnus, he's setting up. This is going to be a big fight right here. They find
not
Cersei, actually, and that's going to be a quick kill probably. Release Kraken coming out. Tempest on the element of a counter. Magnus coming in with the eruption. The seismic slam went off, though. Geomancer and Kraken, they melt away. But Mage Bane is here with Empath inside. Gets a couple of kills right there. Tempest and Behemoth falling. They're chasing for more, but Moon Queen already porting back to base. So Actually, decent
like,
there for complexity, but BMG definitely winning it in the end.
Seemed like a bit of miscommunication on complexity's part, because Moonqueen wasn't even in the fight. They got caught over by the left, and then they chose to take the fight with the Tempest ulti when Formless clearly wasn't ready for that. He didn't use anything in that fight. So.
Oh wow! Look at this. They're trying to steal it. Look at MageBane knows though. They know that something's up. Okay, he's gonna start killing him now.
I think he's gonna stun in on it. Yeah.
Nope. MageBane got it, and now Fuzzy's in trouble.
That was great job by Macera though, stunning on top of Kongor as he died, so MageBane guaranteed will get the token. That's another thing I see a lot of good teams do. As soon as Kong die, you just put a stun that is AoE on top of Kong, so it can't get stolen. It's really important. Because Fuzzy gets that token, then the game is a lot different.
Yep.
They had all the vision as well though, so Fuzzy had to just hear the sound and then go in. And that's kind of too late. If people know where the token spawns. Right foot of Kong.
The right foot of Kong, really? That's where it actually spawns?
You can just spam click the right foot and you'll get it.
Okay, that's some good advice. There you go. Get your Diablo 2 clicking skills on and spawn on the right foot. All right, I'll remember that for next time when I'm trying to steal it from my carry. MageBane. Yep. Those are just illusions. Okay.
I think it's right foot at least. Now the chat is gonna catch up in 6 minutes. It's left foot.
Well, his right or like
Kongor's
the
right.
screen facing it. Okay, so yeah, his right.
The screen facing it left. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Kong's right.
MageBane, he's pushing bottom, gets a tower kill right there, and there you see the geometer being used. Got Moonqueen trying to hold what she can. Cersei is spawning some Moonqueen
At this point,
illusions.
it's great he took over MageBane here.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. The real MageBane is dropping. He is going to be able to blink away, though, for initially, but is it too much? It is. He goes down. Token of Life going to be activated, though. Eruption off to the side from Magnus. He's looking to make a big one right here. Lands a pretty big one. Is it enough for a turnaround? MageBane in the midst of it, holding his ground as I'm at the side. Tempest falls, and it's a 3-for-1 exchange. Moonqueen now, she can't kite away. She is in trouble. Big time the mana rift will secure it. Down she goes. Cersei's cleaned up. A quad kill for Baltazar and a genocide for BMG. And now here comes the Rax. They have a buyback on Formless, but with just being him, I don't know if they can hold this.
Does he have money for that? Really?
He does, yeah, barely.
He does? Wow. Yeah, he does. But that's 2 racks. That's game, man.
That probably is
That's almost game.
That's very possible. We're going to finish in a tie here unless...
100 GPM now, that's crazy.
911, yeah. I'm trying to think... I want to...
It's not a record, I don't think.
Well, it's not a record, but I'm trying to... I think we've had over 1,000 for MageBane once before. So I think it happened earlier this season, actually. I'd have to look back on that. Anyways, it's obviously very impressive. And they get 2 racks. And then he went the Behemoth Heart too. I know you're talking about just get that survivability even. He's doing plenty of damage anyway, so he's got extra now.
It's also a case of where you should you're arguing with your team. Am I gonna buy back here? Because really it was just a wasted buyback in the end. Because he can't do anything on his own. So you should just hold it there. Formless.
Oh, he actually did buy back. You're right. I did not even notice that. Wow. Yeah, that's...
I get his frustration of them losing the fight and then... Okay, I have to go for buyback. Maybe I can do something, but you just can't at this level do anything alone.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Even Balthazar this game, he wouldn't be able to 1v5 complexity. Like, if he's all alone alive and they're pushing, he can't hold it off alone.
Yeah.
Because one stun, if they, like, synchronize the stuns well, he will die even though he has 3.5k HP. He did go the Behemoth, so I guess he went both Behemoths hard and Wing Bolt. I didn't even notice he was fully capped already.
Yep.
I did suggest the Behe hard though, because it's kinda... If you don't die, you're gonna win as MageBane in this game. You're gonna kill the whole team and then you can always go back to Moonqueen when you're 2 items ahead.
Oh.
So as long as you have the survivability.
They're gonna get Empath here. Oh, nice little kill for them there, but not the most prime target for them, and all 5 heroes were there, so again, not really the biggest deal in the end, but...
This is the thing about Moonqueen though. She kind of transitioned after she got nerfed into the kind of Flint Beastwoodish carry. If you can get him her full slotted, she's great, but are you gonna get there is really the question. Before the other carries too strong, like Solomon, the Mage Bane, the Lady. They are just that bit faster currently.
Yeah, still not having that wing bow is really unfortunate. Like I said, especially if anything, really buffing the illusions that Cersei is making from
with
her.
the Cersei as well. Definitely.
Like you see her at the bottom lane, she's just pushing it out with these. You can make illusions off of the illusions, of course, and so that's a good idea there. So at least he's accomplishing that here, but still.
It's a great combo in theory. You are spending a lot of resources into having just that combo, but
yeah.
I mean, it does take a lot of, like, you have to constantly spawn the illusions, constantly keep doing that, and you don't have as much time for warding and stuff like that. You see, he has to keep up the illusions all the time.
Yep.
He is farming with it, though, and what does that really accomplish? It takes off space from the other players on the team. I get it for pushing, but when he's just... See, I bet Formulus was like, why are you farming my ancients right now? When he was farming the ancients. Well, I can't have your illusions, but to what? Like, what does it accomplish?
Yeah.
You're just a Cersei. You're not going to get some crazy item that's going to turn the game.
We got Mage Bane here pushing top lane. Double damage rune on him. He is going to kill these racks so quick, and they do try to lock him down long enough. Crystal Fit in the background. It's going to miss right there. Boxy is basically just trying to position them away. Now, they do start on Mage Bane, but the Seismic Slam whiffs because of the Storm Spirit right there. Moon Queen just putting in the auto attacks, but I think Mage Bane just a little too strong here. Does split up on Moon Queen with the Geometers. Behemoth jumps in with a Shockwave, but there's a counter Mana Rift. Mage Bane's just way too strong, and also has a great backup around him. Elemental Void action.
Great
big ultimate, but it just doesn't matter. Hat trick coming out from Baltazar. Let's make it a quad kill. Can we get the Annihilation? No! I think the game ended. Yeah, he didn't get it anyway, so GG. Anyways.
Well played by Makia there, staying out for the Tempest ulti.
Yeah.
Even though it probably would have been the same either way.
Yeah, it didn't really matter too much, but yeah, that's a good idea though.
The Mage Bane factor really what stood out this series, in all honesty. They didn't address Mage Bane in either game, and he wins, as what you got points out right there.
There you go. Mage Bane's
not too surprising.
Yeah.
You don't address that hero, and then it generally ends up in a loss. I mean, they put up a fight, sure, but it's kind of the same thing with Salo.